Court. Rivers State government deducts salary of parliamentary workers. Governor Wike justifies lingering 2-month-old curfew. DSS confirms raid on Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igbo. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden says survivors can be found in Miami building collapse as rescue efforts continues. I am Ifiemi Andrew. The principal of Ruma Para Community Secondary School along the East-West Road axis of Port Harcourt yesterday invited some men dressed in military uniform to caution some students against a planned attack on some teachers. The principal, in an interview with our correspondent, however, said the military men were not invited to punish the students. The principal complained of inappropriate behavior of the students during and after school hours and called on parents to ensure they discipline their children properly. However, a source who narrated what happened said a teacher was beaten up by a student after he attacked the student to remove his hand bracelets. The source said he then flogged the student for disobedience. The source said that the student later came with some of his friends, tore the teacher's shirt and hit the teacher in the head. According to the source, the principal refused to call the police but opted to call the parents of the student when the incident happened. The source then revealed that it was obvious that the student was under the influence of drugs. He also said the teacher has not been able to leave his house following the cut on his head. Our correspondent reports that the principal of Ruma Para Community Secondary School has asked the student not to come to school until his exams. The EFCC in Port Harcourt has arraigned 2 persons, Chukuma Kaniku and Muhammad Abdullahi, for fraud. The suspects were brought before Justice S. Mark of the Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State on 2-count charge bordering on money laundering by false pretense, obtaining money by false pretense to the tune of 10.7 million naira. The suspects were denied bail. The matter was later adjourned to July 14 for hearing for the bail applications. Our correspondent reports that the 2 defendants pleaded not guilty to the charges preferred against them. The 2 suspects were arrested by the EFCC after a petition alleged that they defrauded a man when he paid them to supply 9 trucks of automotive gas oil AGO from a registered depot in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. A federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt has convicted and sentenced 5 oil thieves to different jail terms. The convicts are Salisu Abubakar, Aliyu Muhammad Umar, Muhammad Sambo Yahaya, Musa Muhammad, and Abbas Mele. They all pleaded guilty to charges of dealing in petroleum products without an appropriate license. This was after the EFCC took over the investigation of their cases from the 6th Division Nigerian Army Port Harcourt. Justice E. Obile, while delivering his judgment, ordered the products on board the truck FKY 206YF should be sold by the Department of Petroleum Resources DPR and the money realized be paid into the federal government's account. Governor Nyesom Wike has carried out his threat of no work, no pay policy against the parliamentary workers in Rivers State. Confirming this, Chairman of the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, in the state, Comfort Otuene, says they will deploy all legal means to resist the governor's action.
Nobody has officially told us why, but following the governor's threat of the no work, no pay, we are assuming that is why our salaries have been slashed, because we discovered that even those of our sister union, JISUN, in the judiciary have also been slashed. The governor is also proving to the world that there is no autonomy in Rivers State, because if there is autonomy indeed, like he claims, then he wouldn't have access to our salaries. We've started taking actions. We cannot let it low. We've reported to the national leadership of our union, and they'll take it up from there. They entered an MOU. Nobody will be penalized as a result of this strike action.
On his part, PASAN National President Mohammed Usman described the governor's action as unacceptable.
Did none of the state governors have embarked on slashing down or no work, no pay on any member or any staff of the National Assembly, the state assemblies? And for Governor Wike of Rivers State to do that, we will resist it no matter what. We will resist that. That is victimization, and we will not accept any victimization on any of our members. It's not that we killed anybody or we were demanding for the rights of the legislature, the independence of the legislature. But for him to wake up and say he's cutting off the salaries of staff or no work, no pay, that is unacceptable by the union. We will go to any length to prove him wrong. We will fight this no matter what.
Recall that Governor Nyesom Wike had directed the State Accountant General to slash the salary of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSON, and PASSON for failing to call off the strike on the 1st of June. The unions had gone on a nationwide strike to demand financial autonomy. When contacted, JUSON said they are yet to receive a formal report on the issue. Governor Nyesom Wike says his administration is embarking on projects according to the needs of the communities. Governor Wike said this during the flag-off of the sand filling project in Okrika and the construction of the Okokri internal roads.
So we give projects according to the needs of the people. We are not giving projects according to the money you will make. You can come here and build a community hall. What do the people need? Is it community hall? They need a new city, a new area where they can settle, and that's what is important to them. So our own project is according to the needs of the people. For me, the joy I have in life is to solve the problems of my people, is to know what their pains are and identify with them. All these rumors, politicians carrying, people are quarreling with the wicked, they are the ones quarreling themselves. Our team in Okrika is as formidable as anything, so there is no crisis at all.
Earlier in a live television interview, Governor Wike justified the curfew imposed in the state. He disagreed with the insecurity statistics on Rivers State, describing the state as one of the most peaceful in the region.
The security situation in any state, Rivers State is one of the best today. What is the security situation? He said, curfew. What is curfew? Look at the crisis then, IPOP and Abia State. Look at what happened in Imo State. We have boundaries. And then a government is very proactive, which should fold their hands and allow these miscreants to enter into Rivers State and keep policemen and soldiers. And then you will have seen me as a good governor. So imposition of curfew means that there is security in your state. You impose curfew to make sure there is no security crisis.
The governor also said that The governor also spoke on the arrest of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu.
It does not matter the difference my state had with Nnamdi Kanu. No matter the difference, what we believe that the rule of law must be followed, due process must be followed for his prosecution. It must. And also to allay the fears of Nigerians that look, we are not doing this, we are not prosecuting because he comes from a particular section. There are bandits. You must also make provision to say all these people who have been causing security crisis in Nigeria are also prosecuted. Let us not make a hula about the prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu. I don't believe in his principle. I've come out and I've said it. You cannot annex my state to be your own, but that does not mean that you will not allow the law to take its course.
The governor also said that Rivers State is the hope of the PDP. He said he will not be intimidated to leave the party.
If you cannot be a man, say you cannot be a man. Don't take excuses. I'm leaving PDP. Instead of you to tell them that you are afraid because of your shortcomings, because of your non-performance. You want to go and hide so that they will protect you. We are not afraid. Let them come. I'm here. And people now say politicians cannot be trusted. It's not true. I can be trusted. PDP Rivers State can be trusted. Look at me. Somebody called me, John APC. I will take it to president. I'll go and have a handshake, and I'll do that this.
Correspondent Emeka Otukan reports that the governor will commission the reconstructed rehabilitation center Iriebe in Obiakpa local government area. Still ahead, DSS confirms raid on Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho. Stay tuned. The Department of State Services DSS has confirmed that it raided the house of Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo Igboho in Ibadan, Oyo State. DSS spokesman Peter Afunaya in a media briefing called on Mr. Igboho to turn himself in. He said that when the security operatives approached the house, they were attacked by 9 of Igboho's boys who engaged them in a gun duel, but were subsequently overpowered and arrested. He said the DSS recovered a cache of illegal arms from Igboho's house during the raid yesterday morning. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed says IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu will not be denied a fair trial. The minister said this at a media conference in Abuja yesterday. He said Mr. Kanu was rearrested through efforts of Nigerian security and intelligence agencies who collaborated with some countries he failed to mention. The Kaduna State High Court has set aside July 28 to rule on the no-case submission filed by a leader of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, Sheikh El-Zakzaki. El-Zakzaki and his wife are standing trial on an 8-count charge bordering on alleged culpable homicide, unlawful assembly, and disruption of public peace, among others. The Chief Executive Officer of Brasco Boat Builders Limited, Ibianga Briggs, has accused some Rivers State government officials of planning to claim the land housing his company located at Eastern Bypass in Port Harcourt. Mr. Briggs, in an interview with newsmen, accused the advisor to Governor Nyesom Wike on special projects, Alabo George Kelly, among others, of using the name of the governor to forcefully acquire his property without justification for their actions.
Something happened some years ago. They came and destroyed my properties, and that is in court. Now again, one Josh Kelly, assistant to the governor, came on the 17th of last month. I should evacuate the premises, that the governor has acquired the whole place, that they are giving me 3 weeks to evacuate the place, that he will find me something, that I should evacuate, he will find me something. I don't know the meaning of that. I'm calling on Nigerians to come and see what is happening. I know the governor don't forcefully take people's property. If you want to acquire things, he go through the right procedure.
The CEO of the boat builders company, while narrating his ordeals in the hands of government officials because of the location of his land, called on Governor Nyesom Wike to intervene.
Property I bought, I have my papers, everything, a registered company. They brought Swan Boogie, and as God may have it, I was there. I told the Swan Boogie operator that they have not settled me for this place. Later in the day, some government officials again came in. So I'm calling the general public to come and see. Let them intervene. I'm calling on the governor, let him intervene. I truly believe that the governor, our father, is not aware of this thing they are doing. The River State government want to acquire the place. We are hoping they should come and meet us one-on-one. Not this one, Josh Kelly. They are out here to frustrate us. I'm a young promising man.
Correspondent Sobiruwari reports that Mr. Ibianga Briggs also explained how the constant harassment from those purported to be from the Rivers State government has adversely affected his business and workers.
I have over 40 workers with me. These Brasco boat builders, we have warehouse in Bayelsa State. We have a showroom in Warri. We have another showroom in Oron. We have another showroom in Sime Oste, Cameroon. Now, all these people are crying because for 2 years now, these people came, Tony Adoki and Agama Jewel and some thugs to destroy my properties. Please, I'm calling on the general masses public to come and intervene on this. They have destroyed my warehouse before. Well, destroyed things worth 300 million that is in court.
The advisor to Governor Nyesom Wike on special projects, Alabo George Kelly, is yet to respond to a text message sent to him on the matter. However, he later said he would comment on the allegation later.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
U.S. President Joe Biden says it is still possible to find survivors in the rubble of a building that collapsed last week near Miami in Florida. Speaking after meeting families of people who died or are still missing, he said federal funding for the rescue effort will continue for a month. He also said it was essential to find out what caused the collapse. 18 bodies have been recovered, but 145 people are still unaccounted for. Rescue efforts resumed on Thursday evening, but nobody has been pulled alive from the rubble since the first hours after the disaster. On the news this morning, you heard that a principal invited soldiers to discipline his students in Port Harcourt. The Rivers State government has deducted salary of parliamentary workers. Governor Wike has justified the lingering 2-month-old curfew imposed on Rivers State. DSS has confirmed that it raided the house of Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo Igboho in Ibadan. On the foreign scene, we told you that U.S. President Joe Biden has said it is still possible to find survivors in the rubble of a building that collapsed last week near Miami in Florida. The news was edited by Martha Okiri. Contact our newsroom on 0818 900 0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. I am Ifiemi Andrew. Good morning and have a great day.